All right. We still have a few people connecting, but we'll go ahead. Okay, so I am Natalie, for those that don't know me. And you're going to hear from a few of us tonight that have been putting this together and kind of working to figure out what is the best way to help people with different goals with this business. So I'm Natalie. I'm a mom of 5. I have been coaching for 3 years. I won't go into like a huge detail of my story because everybody's tired. So we're going to try and keep it to 30 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 3 paths, and you've probably seen the graphic now that just lays it out there. We'll talk a quick introduction into those 3 paths. We are going to have the leaders share just a quick 2 minutes on where they have fallen on the paths throughout their coaching time. And then we will talk a little bit about what's going to happen when we get put into these groups and what to expect there. And then we will just do a quick recap. So that's what you can see. And then we can do questions at the end too. So if you have any questions, let us know. We are all really excited about this because I think what happens is that when you become a coach, maybe you aren't a coach yet, or maybe you've been coaching for 5 years, but you start out and you get a lot of information. And you may have a goal that is you don't even really know. Maybe you don't even know what your goal is yet, and you just want to get started, but there's so much information, you kind of freeze and you don't know what to do. Or you're on the opposite end of the spectrum and you have big goals and you want to get going, and kind of same thing where you're getting all this information and you're not sure where to focus or which systems or tools to really use and to follow. And so what we have talked about is that we're going to work together to help match your goals with the systems and tools and kind of filter through it for you so that you don't get all this extra information. Instead, you find the information that is right for your goal and kind of get you focused there. I think what's beautiful about coaching is that it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be something that's just to focus on yourself, to get a little extra accountability, maybe to help some friends and family out, or maybe it's big and you want to run a business that's flexible out of your home, that, or anywhere in between. Sorry, my notifications are going off here. Let me try and hide that. So I think what's great is that it can be anything that you want it to be. And we will, oh gosh, guys, can you hear that too? Sorry. Okay, so we clearly acknowledge that everyone has different goals, and we want to help you match your goals with your tools and systems. And what we have decided to kind of walk you through is these 3 paths. But before I get into the paths, I really want to encourage you to you probably already put yourself in a box, and I want you to take that away for a second and instead just think big picture, maybe even close your eyes if you're up for it, but just think big picture. If you didn't listen to any hesitation and you didn't worry about what somebody else thought or how much time you had or what you could do with this business, what would it look like to you before you listen to those little voices that tell you, oh, you don't have time, you can't do it? Would it be a bigger business than what you're putting yourself in your box? And so I say that because we've all been there and we've all done it, and we probably continue to do it. I don't know if I'm qualified or if anyone's going to listen to me or want to do this with me. So I want to, before I get into the 3, just kind of think, what could I do with this instead of, or what, just dream big, really think big picture, what you could do with it before you put yourself in that box. What I want to also point out is that you're not, once you pick a group that you're going to start in, you're not stuck there. You can move anytime. You will talk with your coach and we will help you. You can start, bigger and decide, I don't know if this is right. This is too much information. I need to move back, or vice versa. So keep that in mind, and we'll share a little bit more about that too. But the 3 paths that we talked about, so I'm going to pull my phone out so I don't mess that up, are the dip your toes in. So that is just kind of the getting started. You want to really focus on yourself. You want to get that extra accountability. Of course, that's going to carry through in all of the 3 paths. But in this first one, you're going to kind of help with family and friends. You're not really sure if you want to coach, and you're going to just be, reaching out and focusing on yourself, but also maybe have your mom do this alongside you or your best friend kind of thing. So just getting started, testing the waters. The next group, which I suspect a lot of you will fall into, is this one and the next one. And I would encourage you to jump up there if you're willing and able to do that, is the part-time side hustle. And in this group, This is same thing. You're going to focus on yourself. You're going to focus on helping your family and friends. In all of the paths, you will do that. You'll help with your family and friends. And then you're going to be working on, we're going to give you the tools, and we'll talk about this, to really run a side business where you have daily things that you can be tracking and working on to actually build some income there. And then the third path is really just, 2 timesing the path prior. You're going to be working on building a bigger business, and you're going to be working on helping other people build businesses as well. But you will still work through the same steps. It's not like you're just going to be throwing all in and now you're building this huge business. Instead, you're going to still work through, but we'll give you different systems and tools to get you there. And you don't have to have a certain timeline to get there either. Time constraint or time expectation wise, the first group, the dip your toes in, I think we said that's usually maybe 30 minutes a day to 60 minutes a day. It's really, maybe 5 hours a week is what you're doing to encourage your friends and family and reach out to them. The second group, we expected to be maybe 2 hours a day, hour a day, kind of depends on where you are and what you're doing. And it'll kind of ramp up as you continue to learn. And then the third group would be more closer to 2 hours a day, maybe 10 hours a week and more. Of course, if you're really building a big business that is bringing in significant income, you have to put in the time and the effort to get there. So that's just kind of a rough idea of what to expect. And then I think what we're going to do is just quickly share how we've moved through paths and share maybe a little bit more that I missed on what to expect there. So just so you know, I started out 3 years ago. I was really just doing it for personal. I was afraid to share about it, but I wanted to so that I would stick with it. And so I started doing that and kind of connecting a few family and friends. I did not know what I was going to do with the business. And honestly, I didn't really do much with it for about 2 years. And it was about a year ago that I found myself wanting to do it all the time. That's where I wanted to spend my energy. It was filling me up. I was loving what I was learning. I was loving helping other people and the feedback. And so I kind of jumped into the part-time, the path 2. And I truly am between a 2 and a 3 right now. I would say I want to be in the 3 zone, but with 5 kids at home during a pandemic, it's a little tough. So, so that's kind of where I am. Jess, do you want to share a little bit about yours and you?
Sure. All right, guys. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jess, and I've been a coach for about 3 years too, just like Natalie. I started out as a discount coach. I came into Beachbody just for the workouts. And then I was a discount coach for a couple months, and my coach was telling me, hey, you should consider coaching, to which I turned her down a ton of times thinking I wasn't good enough for that. And then eventually I did start, and I started honestly purely pretty much for the accountability part. I didn't really know anything about the income or building a business or that was not on my radar at all. I thought I'll just start a little group, see if anybody joins me. Could be fun to do it with some of my friends. And it was kind of small for a little while. And then I just really started ramping up, and very similar story to Natalie. I just loved it. So I found myself going into all these YouTube trainings and finding all these things and really plugging into all the mentorship opportunities. And then my business really started to grow. And then when I started to see the true potential, now I'm same as Natalie, like definitely part-time towards full-time coaching, which I never would have thought I would be 3 years ago. Never. But it's just so much fun. I'm the same way. I always want to be doing it. So yeah, that's my story. All right, Jenna.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jenna, and I've been coaching for about 3.5, almost 4 years. And I got started with Beachbody as a participant in the groups, and I just fell in love with the programs and learned a lot about nutrition, started drinking Shakeology every day. And I really just fell in love with the process and how I was feeling and the community inside the accountability groups. And I was planning on just being a part of the groups for forever. Coaching was way off my radar, and kind of similar to Jess, like my coach at the time just kept telling me, like, I really think that you would be good at this. And she kind of just kept coming back to me. And I enjoyed telling people about what I was doing, and people were asking. And I just kind of decided to go for it, I guess, one day. And I knew I wanted the discount anyway on the programs and products. And the rest is kind of history. Like, it's been very slow, consistently building over time. And I was definitely definitely in track one right away. And I feel like I'm also like that track two. I also have a full-time job. I mean, I work 4 days out of the week outside the home. So I'm kind of in between that 2 and a 3, but at the end of the day, like I really love helping people. I know what we have to offer is such a gift. And I would say like, in addition to the fitness programs being incredible and being able to fit in anyone's schedule and the products being amazing and helping people feel better, plus like the community part of it and the support, I just really don't think you can find that anywhere else. It's the total solution. And I was like, my fears right away were time. And I was worried about what people would think, which I do not now. I know that what we have is just such a gift, and I just believe in it wholeheartedly. And also, like, I didn't think I was qualified. I was like, leading the groups is for those other people. I don't know how to do that. But through these groups, I really think that you're going to learn, you'll gain confidence. And I think you're going to see that you have to start somewhere, and you'll see different kind of tactics and strategies. And my big thing is like my one major tip to you guys is the consistency over time, because that's really what it comes down to, is like day in and day out doing those little things. But okay, I'll pass it to Beth.
Hello, everyone. I'm Beth. I have been coaching for about 3 years, actually just over 3 years. My little anniversary was on the 10th. So just 3 years for me. We say that, it sounds like a long time, but honestly, it flies by, guys. It really does. So I was the holdout forever and ever. I started doing Beachbody with the original Insanity DVDs that I like purchased from eBay like from China. And I was all in. I was game. I was gung ho with the workouts. But I was not on social media. I was not that girl, and I did not do those things. I was not even interested in participating in any groups. So I did Beachbody workouts for a really long time, until then they just like stopped working for me. And which really, they don't stop working for you, you stop working for it. And one of my friends was like, oh, you already do the workouts, so you should just totally join this group with us. And so I was like, oh, I do not need that. That is not for me. I can work out on my own. I can eat right on my own. I don't need those shakes. I don't need any of this. I'm better than that, basically. And honestly, I kind of hit a low point where I was like, this is not working for me anymore. I don't know what I don't have what I like, whatever I'm doing is not working, and I need to try something different. And it was to the point where I was just like, okay, fine. I'm just going to do this group. And you know what? I'm going to go all in. I'm going to put my fears aside. I'm going to put all those, hesitations and those doubts aside, and I'm going to go all in. And I did. And I ended up being very successful with 21 Day Fix, losing 15 pounds. It was amazing. And then I like slowly started coming around to like drinking the shakes and doing, participating more in the groups. And I kind of was just a tiptoeer into like buying into the whole program thing. But once I bought into it, I was legit all in. I don't remember what sparked it. I've been, I felt the pull inside for a really long time that I needed to do this, but I was just way too good for it. And then all of a sudden one day I was just like, I'm doing it. And I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to go hard all the way from the start. And I emailed my coach, and I was like, sign me up. What do we have to do? Give me all the training. Let's do all the things right now. And I think I went through the first couple trainings within like a day. And I was like, I'm in, I'm signed up. I got my Facebook, I got this. And I was literally in our path 3 when I first started. And I was so excited, and I was so gung ho, and it was amazing. And I contacted my coach, and I was like, can I join you guys? Can I coach with you? Can I, and they like just welcomed me with open arms. And it was a really amazing community that we have. And that's exactly what you're going to feel too. So if you guys feel like you want to go all in on that path 3 and just go for it, like all of us will welcome you with open arms. Ask your coach above you. That's what we want to do with you. We want to do this with you, you guys. So do not think that is not an option. I still work full time as a PA. I work 3 days a week, 14-hour shifts. And I still technically do this in as part-time hours, but I still consider myself definitely all in and like going, I want to build a business. I want to build this as a team. I want to go all the way to the top. You guys, this is like, you don't have to be a stay-at-home mom without a job to be able to go all in with this thing. You can just take it and you can do what you can with it with the time that you have. And if that's all in for you and that's what you have to do, then freaking go for it. Like that's what we're here for. We want to be able to take what you want to do with this business and give you the steps to be able to make it and to do that in your time and on your budgeted time as well, and to make it work in your lifestyle. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for this group. We can move on.
Okay,
love
so
that.
I'm gonna, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to explain now here kind of the plan going forward, and we'll recap the 3 paths and make sure that everyone is set in the right group when we start tomorrow. But I want you to know that these small groups are not just training. Yes, we're going to give you trainings and a lot of tools and resources, but this is also about action. And that's what I love about this, because that's really what it takes. Like, you can train and learn and watch the YouTube videos and, you know, watch all the Beachbody training videos and what we're going to do for you. But if you don't put things into action, nothing's going to happen. And that's unfortunately why I see a lot of people give up so quickly, is because they think they're working when they're not really working. You know what I mean? And so we have everything all laid out. So you can expect from us each day. We are going to definitely have some sort of a post each morning. So it could be us getting on and doing a video. It could be kind of already a pre-set or a pre-made type of small training. And it will take a different topic every single day. We'll start with the ones that we think are kind of most important, like setting your goals, knowing your why, like, why are you doing this? Why is this so important to you? We'll go through the tracker, which I think is so important too. In the track 1, your tracker will be a little more simplified, but in paths 2 and 3, you will use the business activity tracker that Beachbody has put out for us. And that's what Beth and myself and Jess and Natalie, that's literally our checklist that we follow every single day, or I shoot to do it 5 days a week, but that's what we do every single day. And it's a great guide for us. But we'll teach you about that. And every evening, one of us will come on and kind of do a check-in for that day. And so you will essentially report, you know, your tracker for that day and what you got done. And it's going to be collaborative too. So we want it to be, you know, if you're struggling with something, let us know. If something's really working well, tell the group. So it's definitely going to be interactive. If you're hearing objections, or even just the simple, you know, hey, I'm getting a lot of ghosting or no's, and then people can say, you know, I am too, and we'll work through that and kind of build your confidence. Like, that's totally normal. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, everything is there for us. And so we want you to be able to kind of take it and put things into play, and just take a long-term view with this too. I mean, it's not going to be immediate and it's not going to be overnight. But how I learned, and I can say probably how Beth and Jess and Natalie, we learn by watching other people and thinking to ourselves, okay, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And so that's really another reason too why it's great to be in these small communities, is you never feel alone, and you can talk to and learn from the people that have been through it already. And you can know that, okay, like, I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track with everything. So this is definitely going to be a time commitment. Like Natalie said, we don't want to make you think that it's like cool overnight, like, here we go. So I think just being realistic with the time that you have, you know, available. The tracker itself, I'll just tell you right now, like, it's not like we all sit down perfectly and we have uninterrupted time. It's very normal for your day to be maybe a little bit here, a little bit there, kind of a thing. But especially, you know, as we're getting started here with thinking more in depth about your goals and why you're here and what you want to do with this business and where you see yourself and what you would do with that extra income and things like that. Um, you might need to adjust here to your new schedule and your new routine, but like give yourself some grace. And I think it has taken us all a little bit to figure out like when to fit this best in our days. And we'll talk about those types of things as we go. But yeah, if that kind of gives you an idea of kind of how the group will work. In these Facebook groups, definitely set your notification settings to all so you don't miss anything. And your coach, so whoever invited you here, whoever is helping you go through this, they'll be a great resource too. So you can check in with them one-on-one. I know something I like to do with my team all the time is we like to share our checkers with each other every day. So any little, question, or we want this to be definitely very interactive. None of us are scary. We're all in the same boat as you. So anything else, ladies, that I'm missing?
No, I don't think so. I think that if you are thinking about coaching, maybe some of you are already coaches and you're ready to recommit or go to a different level of coaching. Maybe some of you are brand new. And either way, that's okay. I think the most important thing is to just be consistent. And the really cool thing about our job as coaches is that basically we're on our own health and fitness journey and just sharing what's working for us. So a way that most of us got started was because we wanted to stay accountable to our health and fitness journey. And I think we can all say that it's definitely worked. I know for me, I've been more consistent with fitness and nutrition in the past 3 years than I ever have been in my life. And that's not to say that I'm perfect or that anybody else is perfect, nor should you ever project that you are. So I think a big part of being a coach is just being authentic. When you're having your struggles, share that too, because that's what people are going to relate to. So that's really the biggest part of our business is just sharing what we're doing. If we're having a struggle, how are we overcoming it? That type of thing. And then just being consistent, being a consistent presence for your friends and family, showing them that you are still here, you are still doing this, this is still working for you, because sometimes it takes people a long time to watch you before they decide, okay, maybe this is legit. Like maybe I'll jump in. I've had so many people who will message me being like, so I've been like secretly like following you for like a year and it seems like maybe what you're doing is working. So I'm going to give it a try. So just being consistent is so important with coaching, no matter which path that you're in all honesty. So yeah, the 3 different paths, if you guys don't have that graphic, definitely let whoever invited you to this call, let them know and we can send it over. And just pick one to start, whichever one resonates with you right off the bat, and don't overthink that. You can swap around if you're finding that path isn't the one for you. But basically, whether you're just going to kind of work on yourself and maybe share a little bit with immediate like friends and family, that's path 1. Path 2 is looking to build a side business with maybe spending an hour-ish, maybe 2 per day on your business. And then step 3 is all in, where you're really looking to make a big impact and a significant income and travel opportunities and that type of thing. That would be path 3, which would be more to the like 2+ hours a day type thing. The other thing is none of us work all the time. Like I'm like Jenna and I typically work 5 days a week. So we don't expect you to be like constantly doing this, but you do have to be consistently doing it. So I say usually 5 days a week is probably pretty good. Anything else that I'm missing, guys?
Any questions?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions, definitely let us know. We're super excited for these groups. I think it'll be really good to, give action steps and then can report back with the action that's being taken. So it's going to be training and action. Because like Jenna was saying, sometimes we can get really, really lost in all of the training because there's plenty of it. So we just have to make sure that as we're learning, we're also doing. And that's what this group is going to be all about. All right.
I was going to ask that same question.
Oh, the calls.
Yeah, I don't know what we decided on that.
I mean, we did not decide
Okay.
on exactly how often we're going to do them. What do you guys think? No, that's totally fine. That's a great question. This was just our kickoff one, and then we hadn't really gone forward with more calls. I mean, definitely at least monthly. I don't know if you think we should do every other week or.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could see how it goes for sure
Mhm.
monthly. Because the thing is, you guys, we don't want you to get bogged down with so many calls. Like, we'd rather you spend more time doing the things and taking the action and connecting with people and um, not feel like this is a chore to get on a call. But yeah, maybe we at least say touch base like this in a month in the big group setting. And if we felt that we wanted to do one sooner, then we certainly can do that.
Yeah, and one thing that our team does is we hold what we call a power hour, where we will work together for an hour and kind of walk through the tracker. And so we do that probably for the paths 2 and 3. We go through that longer tracker, but maybe we'll try and hold a call, and I think we will, a couple calls at different times so that you can, with your path, work through that tracker a couple times as we're just starting out these first few weeks to make sure you know what you're doing and how to do it, and different, ideas on how to handle it.
I just want to say that we want to hear from you guys. Like, these groups are for you guys, and so they're not for us. We've been through this kind of training before, but we really want to, we're hosting these so that you guys can kind of get off on the right foot and follow the track that you want. So whatever you guys need, if you're feeling like you need more calls, if you're feeling like you need more challenge, more anything from us, please just let us know, because if you're not getting what you need out of the group, then you're not going to be getting to your goals that you set for your coaching business. So these are for you. This group is for you. And we just need to know what you need as well. So any feedback is completely and always welcome from you guys to us. And we're happy to make changes, and we're happy to adjust things, or even work more closely with you guys, like one-on-one or in even small groups if you need that. So please just let us know at any time if there's anything that we can do for you to make this better, or you have any great ideas, because we're always open to ideas too.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask questions within the Facebook groups, because everybody's having the same questions if you're having them. So I think sometimes we hesitate to not do it. Well, like, am I going to look dumb that I don't know the answer to this? Ask the questions, because everyone's feeling the same way. And that we're putting you guys in groups so that you're also becoming a team together, like a cohort that's working through this towards a similar goal. And so you guys are going to help each other in addition to us helping. It'll be a fun community to just learn and ask those questions.
Okay. Well, if nobody has any more questions, thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. We're going to start the groups tomorrow, so we'll get you plugged in. Make sure to connect with whoever invited you here, and we'll get you plugged into the right group. And we will definitely discuss calls going forward, but good luck. We're super excited to have you all here. Coaching is seriously so much fun. And so we're really excited to be doing this alongside of all of you. Have a fabulous night. All right. Bye, guys.